Hi guys, this is John here. Just want to talk to you a little bit about the Tamiya TT02 that I've had my beginner's journey with, and I just want to talk to you a little through changes that I'm going to make. Been chatting over the YouTube channel with Mark Bryan, so thank you Mark Bryan for some hints and tips that you provided. So guys, if you pop over to Mark Bryan's channel and check out his upgrades for the TT02 chassis to make it higher for rally purposes, and there's some valuable tips on there, and I've just followed those tips. So I've applied those to my car because I've run my car a few times and it's run really well, but just a few changes that I want to make. So yeah, I'm just going to talk you through now. So this is my Audi Quattro, and it's a really nice car, runs pretty well, and talk to you about the inside. So if you take a look at the car from inside, I've just taken the body off the chassis now, and you'll see that the first area that Mark talks about and the modifications that I've done is to the motor area. So if you take a look here, the motor area is covered up with this plastic covering, and it gets quite hot when I was running it, and I've noticed even under the chassis there it was quite hot. So what I've done is, as Mark suggested, is take the plastic pieces out and remove those. That allows more ventilation through the motor, keeps the motor nice and cool, which makes the motor run more efficiently. However, when you take the plastic casing off, you'll notice just here there's a switch mount that you have for the switch. So when you take that off, you think, well, where do you put the switch? So what I've actually done here is I've mounted the switch on an L bracket, and I've mounted the switch using these little 3mm by 10mm stainless steel screws. Managed to get these online from an online source. Thank you to Westfield Fasteners. As you can see, you can get a packet of nuts, washers and the screws, all relatively cheap, about £4, £3–4 for those, about £3 for the washers and £3 for the nuts. Quite easy and cheaply available. And you're thinking, well, how did you make the bracket? Wow, I made the bracket using the Tamiya box that came with the kit. So this box normally houses the electronic speed controller, so I've mounted that in the chassis, at the bottom of the chassis. And what I've actually done is I needed an L piece, so I've carefully cut an L piece from the lid, and then I've made the holes necessary for here, so it mounts on the inside of the chassis and bolts through. And then I mounted the square hole that you need to put the switch inside and screw the switch through, with the two little holes that go down through there. So you sort of copy this and then copy the shape, and you take your time, use a gentle file, a couple of drills and things, quite simple to do. And that melts in, and it mounts in really nicely, and as you can see, really good, pretty good. So that's the motor side of things, and what I'll do now is I'll show you what else we need to do. So going underneath the car now, I'm just trying to see if I can locate this and show you from underneath. You will see that there's normally a mounting screws that come through, and I'll try and see if we can, there you go, and they normally are, I'm trying to do this because I'm actually holding my tablet at the same time, so let's see if we can bring the tablet onto the table. There we go, and then we can see if we can hold that there. There you go. Oh yes, here we are. So as you can see here, my thing, the screw comes underneath. So what we've done here, and again, what we've done, let's see if we can point to it. There we go. There we are. And what we've done, here, okay, is we've done what Mark says about the uprights. I've cut the uprights to make the uprights a bit shorter, and then screwed through into the bottom of those. And again, just follow what Mark has already suggested. So you may recall, if I bring in the manual, we can talk about high ground clearance. And you may recall, see if we can get the tablet to focus. There we go. So you may recall this bit here. Cut these a bit shorter. The section, I measured it before, the section from here to here is actually 10 millimeters. And you need to cut, believe it or not, 4 millimeters off. So just do it gently. Mark suggests doing it with a file, which you can do. I did mark mine with, I had some Tamiya tape. I wound the Tamiya tape around the base, which was exactly 6mm wide, so that gave me a guideline. I cut it and then filed it and made it more smoother, so it's nice and presentable. And then I used the existing screws to go back through the ears there, and not having this on the bottom anymore means that you've got more ground clearance, and not forgetting to put that spacer in the top section. As you can see from the diagram, it needs to make sure it's in that area there. That worked out really well. And also, as Mark suggested too, just remove that down there. Oh, excuse the my amateur filming. I do apologise. The other thing we did as well, like Mark suggested, on the arms there, you find that the arms, when you swing them across, if I can get inside. Actually, I might tip this over. Excuse me. You might be able to see from underneath. Yeah, that's probably be a bit better. And you could probably see now, if I can bring this into shot, underneath these arms here, as you, there you are, this section here. So as you turn, you've now got more movement towards this point here, and I've filed those down just the same as what Mark suggested too. That makes life a lot easier. It's all good. Turn back around again. There we are. Haven't managed to fill these areas here and here. In between the steering section, you've got these here. Mark's filled those with hot glue. And again here and here, because like you say, if you get anything jammed in there, it does stop the steering. I'm probably going to find something to go in there, probably cut something to go in there and glue it in there. While we're here and talking about steering, you'll also see that I've already upgraded to the Tamiya arms here. I have got coming some adjustable racing steering linkages, so I'm actually going to be replacing this one. Oh, excuse that cable in the way, that's my LED cable. This one here and this one here, I'm going to be replacing this and this one here to give you more adjustment, and hopefully that will make some modifications, make it better. And there is one more slight modification that I've actually done on here, and you can probably see this section here. There's a spacer that goes underneath this one, and I've just trimmed the sides, either side of that spacer. If we go back to the diagram in the manual, you'll see that it's D15 here, and what I've done is, you can just see it's just trimmed those off, and what that does, that allows the steering to move. So in particular these here, this area here, so then when as you steer, you've got that slight extra space for the steering. So that's another area of modification that had to be done. Also, I found that the stock setup. So when I did my build, I used the Tamiya hop-up option, the Super Mini shock set. I did them. You can see the little piston holes that you have. Just pop that on there so I can. You'll see these little piston holes here, and I did my rear ones with 2 holes. to see what it was like. I wanted a medium setup, and I found that was a bit too soft. So I've gone back to the drawing board on that and replaced it with the piston hole with one hole, and made the suspension a little bit better, which is quite good, which is quite nice and soft. It's quite nice. It's a good bounce, and not too bouncy and bouncing all over the place. You do get with the kit, the upgrade kit, you get this Tamiya Oil. Not quite sure what grade this is. I believe it's around about the 900 weight. So probably need a bit more of that, so that when you maintain the shocks, at least you've got some more oil there. So yeah, and that's the modifications that I've done to the car so far, and hopefully that will be fun. I'll put another little video up once I've done the arms and the setup of the adjustable steering linkages. But thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Take care for now. Bye bye.